learning more about Caesars Palace headliner Matt Goss in this week's Entertainer Profile. What's his story, and does he plan on staying in Las Vegas? Well, we met up with him at Caesars to find out.
I've always had this desire to play Las Vegas.
Matt Goss is known as the singer with swagger, and he always wears a hat.
I have hair, yeah, so I have hair. Is that what you were getting at, Dayna? You wanted to see if I had you wanted to see if I had a comb over.
What else can we learn? Well, Goss was in a band in the UK with his twin brother during his late teen years and early 20s. He's the youngest person to ever play Wembley Stadium.
It's a good question. I mean, it's like you can't get bigger than you were. I've not heard that before.
In the 80s and early 90s, he sold millions of records, but Goss says he thinks success is longevity.
Caesars headliner, Matt Goss.
Recently, Matt sang the finale at the famed Jubilee's 30th anniversary. He's currently working on a new record with well-known producer Ron Fair. But with all these blessings, he has also experienced a great deal of loss. His sister was killed by a drunk driver during the height of his success in the UK.
The problem is losing a sister so young is, I mean, she was 18, you know, and the problem is that you do continue to imagine what she would be, whether she'd have children, whether, you know, and you don't sometimes want your advice from your brother, you want advice from your sister.
Forward to a year and a half ago, a few days before his transition from the Palms to Caesars, Matt's fiancée, TV personality and model Daisy Fuentes, broke off their engagement, which he doesn't speak about often.
I choose to deal with things in the fact that I'm a very private person. Whether I like or dislike what happened, I respect the privacy of my ex, and I respect the privacy of her new person in her life.
Or how do you see yourself in a year, 2 years?
I'm actually at the point now where I do want to get home here, you know, and that goes back to me trying to get back to a situation where I've got to address the show's growth very, very soon. I'd love to have the most beautiful showroom in Las Vegas. That's my dream.
But will that be Caesars? Well, he's not sure.
I'll always keep my integrity, but absolutely, I'll always keep my eye on the horizon.
And Matt is taking his show to London again in just a few weeks. He'll perform at the Royal Albert Hall in the ritzy Savoy Hotel. He also just signed with manager Larry Rudolph, who represents Britney Spears. So big things happening for him.
I've seen his show. It's a great, great show. It's interesting to get the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
learn
definitely.
a little bit more about him.
Yeah, and I think I saw you up on stage that night.
I may have been there briefly to dance.
All right, well, it's a good time. Fridays and Saturdays at Caesars.
It's an invasion.